Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Michelle and Tackett, and I'm once again here with the adorable Erica Burns. And we got some heavy stuff to talk about.
We sure do. We sure do.
Yeah. And one of it is... What now? What now?
Oh, I just said not that it's funny because I was laughing. But
well, yeah. I mean, but you know, it's gonna be deep.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the media. It's media manipulation.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, media manipulation all the way.
I mean, when you think about it, the media shapes how a lot of people think, and that can be helpful or dangerous, depending on what's spread, you know.
Absolutely. It really can depend. And, you know, I think a lot of the media is very manipulative, and it's very much pushing certain things and certain agendas. And does have a very profound impact on our lives, whether we realize it or not. And it really does chain us to a rhythm that, you have to ask yourself, if we didn't have all this media influence, how would our lives be different? And would they be more wholesome? Would they be more meaningful? You know, I really have to ask myself those questions.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, okay, you and I were talking about the trans healthcare, you know. Really, it shouldn't even be an issue. But you have the media saying little buzzwords to get people whipped up, like, is this a handout or a free giveaway or something like that? And I'm like, wait a minute, it's healthcare.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
See, the media does the bidding of their corporate masters. And
yes,
they want people to argue about this stuff because it gets them viewers and makes them money.
As opposed to actually doing what needs to be done to help someone.
Yeah, exactly. Because if people got along better, that would be bad for the media.
Oh, absolutely. It would be horrible. You know, it would be horrible. You know, the media would just, they would be out of a job, you know, or out of, well, their purpose would be, yeah, exactly. They have to create the problem and then the solution as well, you know, for the problem that they created in the first place, to make themselves look like heroes when really all they did was create the problem in the first place. They're the ultimate, you know, villains in this situation, not the people that, you know, they pit against each other.
Right. I mean, like, okay, now we were talking about this on Saturday, but like, and I used to believe it too when I was in school and I'd watch the media and they'd talk about socialism. And that, it was this Nazi thing and stuff. And really all socialism is just workers controlling the means of production. That's it.
Yeah.
But see, they knew that there were socialists in America, but they didn't want people who were being abused by big corporations to question that.
Right.
Because big corporations donate to the government and it gives the government, the officials, money. And they got to keep the workers ignorant so that way they don't question. Because I saw a poll, and I wish I could find it, but I did see it one time, where it showed only 39% of people supported socialism, but when you told them that it was workers controlling the means of production, it went up to 80%. See, that's not a divisive number.
No, it's not.
And I'm not pushing like everybody should do social. No, what I'm saying is that the corporate media, they don't want competition. You know, having a healthy dose of actual capitalism and socialism would be good. It would drive competition. And people would get along better. They'd be doing better. But see, the media, once again, they make up these buzzwords and stuff and they lie. So that way, like, if you hear somebody say, I'm for socialism, the first thing these poor suckers will be like is, you're for Nazis, you're for totalitarianism, and, you know, you get these flame wars on these Facebook groups and TikTok and Twitter, and then the media eats it up because they get more followers, they get more comments. Comments is where your money is made. People don't realize that, but YouTube and all them, the views help, but really it's the comments. The comments is where the money is made. And
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, me neither, until I watched a couple of YouTube videos and they pointed it out. And I'm just sitting there like, when you look at the media and how they like to frame things, they're not honest about it, because if they allowed intellectual discussion, there would be less comments and less viewers for them, because there wouldn't be these flame wars. Flame wars and controversy equal ratings and comments.
Absolutely.
So we got only ourselves to blame for that too. We got to quit participating in this.
Yeah.
And it's like the healthcare thing. Really, yes, transgender people should be able to get the healthcare they want in any state.
It's so true. Yeah, not have to fight for it. Like today, I called up a surgeon's office, and I'm just like, what insurances are cover facial feminization surgery? And the woman I spoke to, she told me, she said, well, I can't really tell you that, because it really depends on if the insurance will cover it or not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And I'm like, wow, well, that's really encouraging. So, even if I'm not using state insurance, I'm like just going with the private insurance, even then I might not even get it covered. And it's just like, wow, this is just really not great. I mean, I understand that, we've talked about how like you shouldn't feel pressured to have surgery to be considered valid as a woman or something, but if it's like that's something that, is who you are and how you feel about yourself, there is a sense of medical, I guess the medical condition, and there is, and then also, if, you're going to cover surgeries like bottom surgery and top surgery, because some states do that under their state insurance, then it just really does make you look stupid and ignorant when you don't cover the rest.
Right.
Like facial surgery.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, you do, all this really comes back to is the media and their corporate masters who just care about one thing, and that's ratings.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
The poor citizens were at their mercy.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But see, that's the way they want it. And any true alternative voices, like look what they've done to Facebook YouTube, to where they've made it almost impossible for small news channels and stuff to get noticed, because that was done on purpose.
Yeah.
So that way you'd have to be forced to watch CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, Newsmax, and all these other big corporate news channels, because they don't want you to get your information from people who don't follow by their guidelines.
Right. Exactly.
It scares me how much control 6 companies have over all of us.
And what 6 companies are those? Do you mind?
Viacom, Comcast, NBC Universal. Oh man, I forget. Let's see. I know that there's Viacom, Disney. Shoot. I'll put a list of them on screen, because right now my brain's fried. And
that's quite all right.
It's just that there are 6 companies, and they pretty much own 70% of the media we consume and everything. And I'm just sitting there like, wow, they control our thoughts and what we see and hear and consume. And it's scary.
You're right. It absolutely is scary. It absolutely is.
Because I laugh when people say that we live in a capitalist system. I'm like, this is not what Adam Smith, who was the inventor of capitalism, wanted. And what he wanted was a market of small business owners and workers working together to lift each other up and make the economy better. But it would require competition. We don't have that here.
No.
I mean, Walmart was another. I mean, because 6 people from Walmart make about as much money as 80% of the population in this country. Wow. Combined.
Wow.
That even includes upper middle class and even regular rich people.
Yeah, see, that's just really sick. It's really sick. It's a sick system and a sick world all around. I mean, it really is.
And you can't, and I know we're going after the corporations stuff, but you can't leave the government out of this because they're the ones that give them the power. They're the ones that give Amazon and Microsoft and Walmart and all them these, oh God, what are they? I don't remember. They give them some sort of bond or something. And, like they give them pretty much a handout. And then these companies rail against social welfare for poor people. And I'm like, how dare you? Because you took bonds and all this stuff. You took money from the government to get to where you're at now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they don't need no help. It's poor people and disabled people and stuff. We're the ones that need it.
We are. We really are.
And small businesses and local businesses and stuff. They're the ones that need help, not the big corporations.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. I know.
How dare they try to blame us for the problems they create, and the government bails them out.
Yeah, right. It's really sick. It's really sick. And then, they're just, it's really awful. They're the ultimate bullies in this situation. We had bullies growing up, or bullies in our everyday life, but the ultimate bullies are these power players who are manipulating all of us. And I think that's what is going on nowadays. There's a great awakening to, not that there wasn't that awareness before, but I think even more now, there's an awareness to a mass manipulation. I have trouble just watching regular TV anymore because I see it for what it is. And it's hard to look away. It's hard to look away from how hypnotized I've been over the years. And, having gone out to Hollywood to try and pursue a career in acting, they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, or the Hollywood dream, but I would say more like the Hollywood nightmare. And sure, did I make some mistakes along the way? Absolutely. But still, it's not like I didn't try at all. I feel a lot of times like it was all for nothing and it was a waste and I was so foolish, but I guess maybe I'm being pressured to blame myself and put the blame inward because of a mass. I feel like a sucker in a lot of ways, but I also realized I was seduced, I was manipulated, and I didn't know all the things I know now about what, it really goes into, being being famous or being, rich and famous. And, I was lost in my life, didn't really get support growing up properly, and felt sorry for myself and just said, well, let me go be a movie star. And, but in any regard, it's a tough world, but either way, I feel like that experience taught me for sure more about this and gave me a sense of awareness to things that I certainly did not know about prior to moving out there.
And what this really comes back to is, I want to tell the LGBTQ this to finish up. The media and these corporations that you see doing pride events and stuff are not your friends.
Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
Yes, because these places only care about money.
That's right.
Now that it's profitable to support us, they're right on board with it.
Yeah, but they weren't before. They weren't when you were growing up or when I was growing up.
Right.
They were maybe getting there a little bit, but it wasn't like it is now.
Yeah, it's just they don't care about you. All they want is you to buy their merchandise and stuff, and it's really kind of sad. But to finish this up, it's a game that's being played, and unfortunately, we're the pawns.
We are. We're not the rich and famous ones. We're not the chosen ones.
No.
We're not the elite.
No, and even regular rich people who aren't super rich, they get screwed over by the system. And wow, when did you think that would happen? But anyway, Erica, thank you so much. And we're going to have some more talk next week. This is Michelle and Tackett, and everybody, you have a good one.